to read a protractor, well, most protractors, they're used for reading angles. And most of the time, protractors, well, first off, to read a protractor, you would want to line it up so that one of the lines, generally if you're talking about an angle like this, you would line it up so one of the lines goes along where your 0 is, and the other line goes, that's where you're going to be measuring. So if I kind of took this, if I took this angle and moved it over here, it would probably look something like this. This would be approximately a 50-degree angle based on what I got here. Now, in real life, you're probably not going to have your center point of your protractor be right on the edge of the protractor. Usually what I've seen is they come a little bit farther, and there's a little hole there. So when you go to line things up, you actually put the hole right where the point, right where these two lines hit. Also, most protractors in real life, as you can see, like on this one, they have two different scales. They can allow you to set it so your 0 is along this side or along this side, and you just need to read the appropriate scale. One of them needs to be at 0, and you're going to be measuring where the other one is. So you can see this angle here is a 50-degree angle because we're measuring along the 0. I'm reading this scale right here. And actually, it looks like my kind of freehanding was actually pretty accurate to get a 50-degree angle over there. Alright, so you can have a vernier scale on a protractor just like you have a vernier scale on other things, and it's just a way to get a little bit more accurate, to get between degrees. Now, in real practicality, getting less than 1 degree, I find it becomes really hard to read. So typically when we're talking about reading between degrees, you have degrees, minutes, and seconds. You have 60 minutes in a degree, you have 60 seconds in a minute. And you can see this, this vernier scale is going to go up from 1 to 60. And depending on which scale you're using, you're either going to be measuring this side or this side. And you're just going to be measuring based off which way the numbers are increasing. So the scale that shows here, you can see the numbers are increasing going from the right to the left. So I would read off of this scale. The vernier scale I would use is this one over here, not this one. Now, as far as actually reading it, it's kind of difficult here. Yeah, there's a lot of pixelation taking place. But it would be very much like reading the vernier caliper. I would take my first measurement based off of where the 0 is. So the 0, it looks like it's at between 41 and 42 degrees. So I'll go ahead and call that 41 degrees. Then I'd figure out where I get something lining up exactly on the vernier scale. And again, the pixelation is so bad here, it's pretty much impossible to tell. But let's pretend for a moment that this is where it lines up exactly. Well, that means this is going to be, well, this is 30, 35, 40. This would be 40 minutes. This would be 41 degrees and 40 minutes. These are minutes. And these are degrees. We'll talk more about degrees, minutes, and seconds in a later chapter, but really this is 40/60ths of a degree. But that's how we would read this particular scale. Let's read this one. Same sort of thing. We would start off by reading where our 0 is. And our 0 is, let's see, 40, 41, 42. It's definitely between the 42 and the 43. So I'll call that 42, and I guess this is helpful right there. It says 42. Let me see if it's helpful anywhere else. Nope, okay. So then I would want to read off what my vernier scale is. And my vernier scale says probably right there is where they're lining up exactly. So that's going to be 45 minutes. So 42 degrees and 45 minutes. Again, I'm reading this vernier scale on this side, not on this side, because my numbers are increasing going in that direction.